If you are stressed about money and feel like you're stuck, I've got a payday routine that can help you reduce stress, control spending, and build wealth. Hi, I'm Edan. I was a single mom for 8 years, and during that time, I went from barely getting by to achieving financial freedom. And no, I didn't work 3 jobs or win the lottery. I did it with a regular 9 to 5 and a solid plan. That plan started with one thing, a payday routine. It helped me become a self-made millionaire in my 30s while raising my daughter on my own. If I can do it, you can too. A payday routine is basically a checklist for managing your money when you get paid. It's a series of steps to make sure your bills are covered, your expenses are in check, and your financial goals are on track. Whether you have a 9 to 5 or are self-employed, you can make this payday routine work for you. There are 11 steps. The first 4 are for planning, and the last 7 are for execution. First, let's talk about the planning phase. I like to call it PACE, P-A.C.E. It's an easy way to remember the key steps for setting yourself up right. P stands for planning your goals. Start by getting clear on where you want to be financially in the next 5 to 10 years. Write it down. You need to know where you're headed so you can figure out how to get there. Once you have your goals, it's about deciding how to allocate your money to make those goals happen. Pick your top 2 priorities. For example, paying off debt, saving for a house down payment, or reaching a target net worth. Having a clear plan sets the direction for everything else you will do. Next, A is assessing your income. Take a close look at your paycheck. Know exactly how much you are bringing home. This is key because it sets the stage for how you will divide up your money in the next steps. C is categorize your expenses. Now take a look at where your money has been going. Go through your expenses in the past 3 months. Break them down into 4 categories: needs, wants, investments, and growth. Start by looking at your bills and everyday costs. Your needs are things like your mortgage, rent, utilities, car payments, groceries, and insurance. These are the essentials. Then put the spendings on your wants, things like entertainment, dining out, shopping, and travel. These are the things you don't need to survive, but they add value to your life. Next, look at investments like stocks, bonds, retirement accounts, or even a high-yield savings account. This is the money you put aside to grow your wealth. Lastly, find money spent on your growth. Anything that helps you improve yourself, like new skills, side hustle, or hobbies that could lead to new opportunities for you or your family. Understanding where your money is going helps you make smart changes later. E is evaluating and taking action. Based on your goals, income, and expenses, you will need to adjust where your money is going. This is where you start reallocating your funds to match your long-term goals. Look at your needs, wants, investment, and growth, and make sure they are in line with your financial priorities set up in the first step. If your needs and wants are eating up more than your income, it's time to cut back. The goal is to scrutinize spending on needs and reduce the spending on wants so you can put more towards investments and growth. Every little bit can help you free up money for your financial goals. I actually made 10 swaps in my life that cut $14,000 spending in my wants and needs every year. And I made a video about that. I'll drop the link here and I highly recommend you check it out if you haven't already. That said, you should review this once a year since your situation can change. You might get married, have kids, or more kids and face new expenses or your job changes. For example, my daughter is getting braces soon next year, so I need to factor that into my budget. But again, you know your own situation best, so adjust accordingly. If after all the cuts, you still don't have enough to put in investment and growth, think about a side hustle or finding a higher paying job or negotiating your salary. On average, studies show that changing jobs can increase your pay by 10 to 20%. I was an HR director and sat on the other side of the table in salary negotiation with employees over the past 10 years. If you want to learn how to negotiate your salary effectively and get what you deserve, check out my video on salary negotiation at the link here. Okay, that concludes phase number 1, PACE. Plan your goals, assess your income, categorize your expenses, and evaluate and take action. By now, you should know where you want to be, what resources you have, how you've been spending, and have adjusted your income allocation on paper. Now, before we dive into phase number 2, if you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. I share tips on careers, personal finance, and self-development right here on this channel, and I would love to have you along for the journey. Now let's move into phase number 2, the execution phase. We'll call it S.T.A.R.T.E.R, and this is where the real action happens. S stands for setting aside your needs. When payday hits, the first thing you want to do is set aside money for your basic needs, things like rent, utilities, and transportation. By now, based on the P.A.C.E phase, you should already know exactly how much to allocate to your needs based on your budget. Here's a little trick I use to make this easier. I keep my money for essentials in a high-yield savings account. I call this HYSA number 1 instead of a regular checking account. It helps my money earn interest until I need to use it. I then use a credit card for daily expenses, but only within the budget I've already set for myself. Then I automatically pay off the full balance using the cash from my HYSA number 1 before interest kicks in. This way, I get perks like cashback, rewards, and better fraud protection by using a credit card, and it boosts my credit score. Just make sure your high-yield savings allow quick transfers with no transaction limits, so you can pay easily and keep things running smoothly. T is taking care of your emergency fund. Here I use another high-yield savings account which is with a different bank. Let's call it HYSA number 2, specifically for building and maintaining my emergency funds, separate from my spending money which is held in my HYSA number 1. The goal here is to have 3 to 6 months worth of expenses set aside in case of unexpected costs, whether it's a medical bill, car repair, or a sudden job loss. This fund is there to give you peace of mind, knowing you're covered no matter what life throws at you. And here's the rule: do not touch it unless it's absolutely necessary. Having that cushion means you don't have to dip into your regular budget, or worse, rack up debt when something unexpected comes up. This is your financial backup plan, so make it a priority. The next one is A, attack high-interest debt. Now it's time to tackle any high-interest debt, like credit cards, payday loans, or other high-interest loans. Paying off this type of debt first is crucial because the longer you carry it, the more it drains your finances. Focus on paying off the highest interest debt first. Typically, that's your credit card balances. After that, work on other debts like student loans or auto loans. The idea is to free up money faster so you can put it toward your bigger financial goals. Here's my personal theory. If I can earn 10% on my investment, I consider anything over 9% interest as high interest debt. Why 9%, not 10%? Well, after you account for taxes on your investment gains, chances are you are left with less than 9%. So if your debt is costing you 10%, you're losing more than you are gaining by investing in something with lower returns. For example, let's say you are carrying a credit card balance with a 20% APR. Meanwhile, you're earning 6% on your investments. By keeping that balance and not paying it off, you're losing more than 14% in potential money, far more than what you would gain by investing. So, paying off high-interest debt is often the smartest financial move. Coming to R, roll into investments. Once your high-interest debts are under control, it's time to focus on building wealth for the future. Start by contributing to retirement accounts like your 401k, IRA, or HSA. If you're a parent and want to contribute to your child's education, consider a 529 plan. These accounts are your untouchable funds, invested in stocks, ETFs, and mutual funds, growing with compound interest, and especially with those valuable tax benefits. If your employer offers a retirement match, make sure you are taking full advantage. It's essentially free money. Your goal here is to grab that match and set aside funds that you won't need to touch for years or even decades. Beyond retirement accounts, you can also open a brokerage account for more direct investing. Also, don't hesitate to diversify your portfolio. You can put money into real estate, cryptocurrency, gold, or anything else that aligns with your financial goals and risk tolerance. And don't forget about your high-yield savings account number 2. Some people choose to keep extra savings there beyond the 3 to 6 month emergency fund, especially if the interest rate is about 4 or 5%. This account is for long-term savings or future emergencies. The key is to leave the money there unless it's absolutely necessary. Everything in this R step is your money working for you. It's like planting a tree today and watching it grow stronger with time. As you focus on your other financial goals, your investments are growing in the background. The next one, T, transform through learning. Investing in yourself is one of the best ways to grow your wealth. Whether it's learning a new skill, taking a course, or starting a side hustle, this can open doors to new income streams and future opportunities. Think about it. By improving your knowledge and skills, you become more valuable in the job market. You might land a higher paying role, launch a successful side project, or even discover a passion you never knew you had. It's an investment that pays dividends in more ways than one. Next one, E, enjoy guilt-free spending. Once your core priorities are taken care of, it's time to treat yourself. This can mean dining out, buying new clothes, traveling, enjoying new hobbies, or even gifting others. To me, it's all about balance. No need to sacrifice the things that makes you happy. Lastly, R, review and adjust consistently. I check in on my finances each month to make sure I'm on track. If I am, then I celebrate the wins and this keeps me motivated. If I overspend in one area and have extra funds in another category, I can also adjust it accordingly and immediately. Consistency is key. The more you stay on top of your plan, the easier it gets to stay on track. Small tweaks now can make a huge difference in the long run. So there you have it, my secret formula for building wealth, P.A.C.E starter. If you found this helpful, you might want to check out this video next. I'll see you there.